All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the internet's biggest secrets. It's the magic that makes all your favorite apps work, and I'm going to show you 5 super fun ways you can start playing with it, like right now. No experience needed. Let's dive in.
Seriously, just think about it for a second. Your phone doesn't have a tiny weatherman living inside it, right? And that travel website doesn't secretly own a fleet of airplanes. So where does all that real-time information actually come from? Well, the answer to both questions is the exact same really powerful tool.
It's almost like there's this secret language that all the different apps and websites use to talk to each other. You can picture it like a hidden team of super fast messengers just constantly running back and forth behind what you see on your screen, carrying little messages and delivering data. And today, we're going to learn that language. That secret is called an API. Now, I know that sounds super technical and maybe a little scary, but just stick with me for the next minute, I promise. You'll not only get what it is, but you'll start seeing APIs absolutely everywhere. So this is the official textbook definition: application programming interface. It's a set of rules for communication. Yeah, that's a mouthful, right? Kind of dry and honestly not very helpful. So let's use a much better analogy instead. Okay, forget all the techie stuff. Just imagine this. You're sitting in a restaurant, you're hungry, and you've got a menu in front of you. This, believe it or not, is the perfect way to understand how APIs work. Here's the breakdown. You're the client, you look at the menu of options and you know what you want. Way in the back, the kitchen is the server. It's this powerful place that has all the stuff, in this case, the food. Now, you can't just storm into the kitchen yourself, right? You need a go-between. That is the waiter. The waiter is the API. You give your request to the waiter takes it to the kitchen using a very specific set of rules, and then brings the response, your delicious food, back to you. That is literally it. An API is just a messenger. It takes requests and brings back data. Simple. So, see, you get it now. Now that we've totally cracked the code on what an API is, let's get to the really fun part. We're going to take a little tour and see what kind of amazing things these digital waiters can bring back to us from all over the web. First up, we're diving straight into nostalgia. For anyone, and I mean anyone, who's ever wanted to catch 'em all, this is for you. There's this fantastic, totally free API called the Poke API, and it's basically a giant digital encyclopedia of everything you could possibly want to know about Pokemon. I mean, think about what you could do with this. You could use this API to build your very own Pokedex app that pulls up pictures and stats for any Pokemon you search for. Or what about a little website that just generates a new random Pokemon for you every single day? The data's all right there, just waiting for you to ask for it. Okay, next up, how about the language of the internet itself? GIFs. If you've ever sent a GIF in a text or a Slack message, you've probably used Giphy. And yep, you guessed it, they have an API that gives you access to their massive, hilarious library of GIFs and stickers. This is the magic behind the GIF search button in things like Twitter and iMessage. You could build your own search engine that only shows you GIFs of cats, or an app that sends your friend a random happy birthday gift on their birthday. It's just so much fun. The possibilities are totally endless. All right, let's bring this back to that question I asked right at the start. How does your weather app know what's happening outside? Well, this is how. APIs like OpenWeatherMap are the source. They provide up-to-the-minute weather data for pretty much any spot on the planet. They are the kitchen serving up the forecast. And here's the coolest part. You don't need your own weather balloon or satellite. You can just send a request to this API that says, hey, what's the weather like in Tokyo? And boom, it sends you back the temperature, the humidity, if it's cloudy, everything you need to build your own little weather app.
So, all that talk about restaurants and waiters probably got you thinking about food, right? Well, good. Our next stop is the Spoonacular API, which is an absolute monster of food and recipe data. It's one of the biggest food databases out there that you can just tap into.
Get this, we're talking over 360,000 recipes, not to mention all the nutritional information, ingredient lists, you name it. All of that data can be delivered right to your project. All you have to do is ask the API for it.
Just imagine building a website where you type in the random stuff you have in your fridge, like, I don't know, eggs, cheese, and hot sauce, and it instantly tells you all the different recipes you can make. It's like having a professional chef on speed dial.
Okay, for our last one, let's go from the kitchen to outer space. This one is super simple, but it is just so cool. It's an API that does one thing and one thing perfectly. It tells you the exact real-time location of the International Space Station. I mean, how amazing is that? This isn't old data. This is happening right now. You could build a website with a live map that actually shows the ISS flying across the face of the Earth. Or even cooler, a little app that buzzes your phone to tell you when the space station is about to fly over your house, so you can run outside and try to spot it. So there you have it. From Pokemon on the ground to a space station in orbit. We've totally demystified that scary word API. And honestly, we've only just scratched the surface of what's out there. But now, it's your turn. After seeing all of these different worlds you can tap into, the only real question left is, are you ready to be the one making the requests? Are you ready to start building something awesome? Look, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be the restaurant analogy. APIs are the waiters of the internet. They're the messengers that connect everything, letting apps share data and unlocking this entire universe of creative ideas that you, yes you, can start playing with today. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The real secret is just starting. You don't have to build the next Facebook. Just build a tiny weather checker for your own city. The important part is just to begin. So, I'm going to leave you with this one thought. With all this data, all this potential just sitting there waiting at your fingertips, what amazing thing are you going to build first? Thanks for coming along on the tour.